What's going on? If you can hear me, let me know in the comments, please. Hey guys, if you can hear me, let me know in the comments, please. I would really appreciate it. Looks like we got about 14 people on here so far. I did try to do this on Friday. Was it Friday? Friday or Saturday, but we had issues with our internet. So, Juan Carlos, what's up, man? Appreciate you letting me, TC Pyro. Is that right? TC Pyro? Tech Pyro? How would you pronounce that? Oh, we got a like already. Appreciate it. TC Pyro. Okay, just making sure. But no, we normally do these lives more often, but we were having some internet issues on last time we tried. I think it was like Friday or Thursday. So, Flicks and Views, what's going on, man? What's going on? I'm doing better than I deserve. Still trying to get our shop moved in. Well, we're moved in. It's just a matter of getting everything organized. And so, but I figured I'd hop on here. Those boots, if you've been watching this, if you've been watching our lives any last few times, I've kind of shown you snippets of a different pair of boots I've been working on. And those boots actually went home Saturday. They went home Saturday, so. Juan Carlos, nice to meet you too, bro. Nice to meet you too. Yes, I am Mexican. I don't know why there's flies in here. Yep. I can't really see because I mean it's, I don't know, you Mexican, you must be Mexican too. So but yeah, so where you guys Armenia, Chris Carey shoes. You're Armenia? I actually, one of my good I guess a colleague. He's an Armenian too. His name is Steve. He's up in Virginia though. His name on YouTube is Beto's Leatherwork, and he does a lot of the high end repairs and stuff like that. We just make boots here. We make them and repair them. The majority of our business here is just cowboy boots, making, repairing. This is the last that we built for a pair of boots that I made. So, because we take the measurements of the boots and then we build the boots on them. And I'm actually fixing to cut a pair of, the next pair of boots we're making is going to be a purple ostrich. That's what we're building them out of next. So, you guys ready for Easter weekend? I guess there's going to be people that are going to be off on Friday for Good Friday, but I'll be here working Friday and Saturday. All you guys live here in the U.S., or are you guys scattered around the world? That's nice and cold. Chris Gotti, are you still on here? For some reason, when I click on their profile, I wish it would give you information about the profile, but it don't give me nothing. It says shoes. Do you make shoes or design them or what? Guess you may not be on here. It says we got one person. I wonder who that person is. It's all good though. The only person here is the one that matters. But typically we do this. We do this more often actually, but I'm just trying to get stuff done. A designer. Okay. Oh, so you just design them. I need to turn this machine off here. But, well, that's cool. So when you say shoes, it's just women's shoes or just shoes in general? This is a pair of boots I built. You can see my little signature there on the side. I don't know if you can see it or not. But built that pair. And I also built this pair. This is more of a display pair. That black and red, we took that one to a boot place in Texas, like a roundup, and it won an award. The next pair of boots I was telling you about that we're gonna build it out of this purple ostrich. If we can get it untangled. See if we can get it laid out, because we got to cut the. There we go. We got to cut the vamps. Got to cut the vamps out, and we got to cut the vamps out and the counter covers, and then we got to crimp them. So when I started making cowboy boots, I was always taught to crimp my vamps. I was taught to crimp my my liners, and this is what it looks like. So you take a pair of boots or just a flat piece of leather, and you basically put it on a crimp board like this, and already gives it that shape. I should have the other vamp on the board somewhere. Give me 1 second. So this is what it looks like. So we take a piece of plastic, we soak the leather and we pull it around to give us this shape. And then we take our patterns and then we cut our cut lines. This is the way I was taught. A lot of bootmakers don't do that anymore. I don't know the difference. As curious as person as I am, I would be interested in trying both methods just for the sake of doing it and just testing it on my personal stuff, and then making my own decision as to whether or not I want to continue using that method. So basically, our process is simple. So here's some measurements, right? So somebody comes in, we measure their feet in a bunch of different spots. And then we take these measurements and we build the last, right? So we take those measurements and we transfer those measurements to the last. That way they're custom fitted. And like I told everybody, you know, the first pair of boots really is just made to get your fit right. You know, whether we have to snug it up, we've got to loosen it up. And then once we dial in your fit, then you can do whatever you want with it. As far as, you know, how much you want to spend on boots. But usually I like to get people started on a base leather and then move up from there, depending on what they want to do. It says we got 8 people on here. We got 5 likes. I really appreciate that. Appreciate the people that are hopping on here. Like I said, we usually do this more often. We just happen to have some internet issues before. So if you're hopping on here, if you're just hopping on here, let me know. Let me know in the comments if this is your first time watching on here. Let me know where you're from. Chris Carey, thank you for your kind comment. I can't say, I wish it would let me see your stuff on here, but it won't, I wonder if it won't let me click on your stuff. Hey Scotty, yes, actually that's what I use for the shanks. We use a 40 to 60 penny nail for the shanks, and I'll show you. Kind of sort of like this. And I just mashed. $80. I typically like to use something a little bit smaller, like a 40 penny nail, just for the sake of length. The 40 penny nail is probably a little bit shorter and a little bit easier to manipulate, but yes. And a lot of it just depends too on what you're doing with it, because, you know, on some boots that I know are never going to be worked on or in, they're going to be just boots that you just kind of see off, they wear them just for dress. You don't necessarily have to use anything too crazy for a shank. But boots that I know for a fact, or 90% of the boots that I build anyway, they get a nail as a shank, or a really sturdy shank, metal shank. But I appreciate the comment, Mr. Scotty. Or Mrs., I don't know. I can't even see the picture. I'm sure it's Scotty. Oh, thank you for watching, Scotty. Really appreciate it. Yeah, I try to do this as often as I can, but sometimes due to the just schedule of us being busy and whatnot, it sometimes it just never works out. But I try to be consistent with it, at least every other day. Get on here and talk about boots, talk about some projects that we're doing. I've got some other boots that, we need to be working on. So, but I at least try to get on here and share some knowledge for a little bit. Oh, excuse me. Oh, I'm tired. Actually, today is supposed to be my day off, but we got too much stuff to do, so. But thank you for watching, Scotty. Hey, Scotty, where are you located? Where do you live? Scotty, well, shoot, you're in cowboy boot country over there. I'm on the East Coast. I'm in Georgia. Oh, man. One of the guys that taught me how to make cowboy boots is down in Bowie, Texas. Oh, yeah, don't give me too much credit now, because before, back in the day, I used to say Bowie, because it's pronounced like a Bowie knife, but it's Bowie. They say Bowie, Texas. And Lord willing, and the creek don't rise, we should be out there in October. So I'm just reading an email. Well, we've been on this lap for 20 minutes, so probably gonna hop off here soon. I just got some emails I need to follow up on. I'm falling asleep here, so. But we'll do this again. It's only Monday, so we'll probably do it again either Thursday or Friday. I think I meant to do it last Friday, but like I said, we had some internet issues and didn't get around to it. So we'll shoot again for this Friday at 9 a.m. Friday at 9 a.m. between 9 and 9:30. We'll do it. So All right. Well, we'll get out. Let me get out of here. We got stuff I get to get done. So appreciate you guys stopping by, and we'll see you on the next one. Remember, Friday at 9. All right, Scotty. All right, Scotty. We'll talk to you later. If you want to come hang out on Friday at 9, 9:30, I'll go live again. We'll see you then. Bye.